Welcome to today's video, which will be a change of pace, as I've had feedback from a few people who said they are very interested to work with angels and archangels, but don't have the knowledge or the experience to actually be able to do this. They've actually asked if I would be able to very much like prepare a step-by-step guide on how to work with different spiritual guides, understanding who your spiritual guides are, and then eventually working with angels and archangels. So in this video, I will give very much like an overview of future videos and what work you will need to do to go from very much maybe a complete beginner up to somebody sort of intermediate or advanced who's able to work with different angels and archangels and understanding the different energies between different spiritual guides, different sort of gods, and even the angels and archangels. So in this video, we'll start out by looking very much at starting with meditation. And meditation is very much the art of focusing on one thing, and whether that's your breathing, whether that's a focus on a spiritual guide to connect with the energy. One thing we all need to try and do is meditate on a more regular basis and actually have better meditation, which will help you to work better with different spiritual guides, as you will understand your own energy, and therefore you'll then be able to connect with different guides and understand their energy and be able to in effect connect the two together. So in the next videos, over the next sort of few months, few years, what we will do is look at a beginner's guide. If you are maybe more advanced, maybe an intermediate or even advanced, then it's maybe worth just watching the videos, as you might pick up any little tips that might help your own meditation, your own learning. I was, to give you a bit of sort of background, I was taught by a spiritual teacher who herself was taught by very much like older ladies who she called the pioneers. And these were women who actually did very much meditation and did spiritual learning, but over many decades ago. And this was very much before sort of meditation became very much mainstream in the Western tradition, Western sort of universe, very much like in Europe and America. And these people were very much working on their own or in small groups, maybe in spiritual churches. And over time, they passed their knowledge on to different teachers. And then those teachers passed the knowledge on to people like myself, who was a student. And then, suppose in rates, then up to me as a teacher, spiritual guide, to then help other people to learn as well. So in the forthcoming videos, we'll learn about meditation. We'll look at how to meditate, how to improve your meditation, also the problems you may face with meditation. And that is very much people come to me and will say, I can't get all these thoughts out of my head, my mind won't stop working. So that is probably the most common issue when people start meditation. I'll show you how to actually deal with that, how to resolve that. I'll explain how the different levels of energy work, so you can understand very much where you are on a spiritual spectrum. I'll explain about how you can connect with your doorkeeper. And your doorkeeper is a very important spiritual guide, as this guide is the guide who watches over you, very much the split second when you go from the physical plane and your higher self connects with the spiritual realm. So in that split second, then you are sort of open to different energies, and we have a spiritual doorkeeper to watch over us at that time. The doorkeeper will be slightly different to maybe spiritual guides you have. that when you maybe start meditation, you'll have spiritual guides around you to protect you. And then you have a specific doorkeeper as you then cross over to the spiritual realm, and that doorkeeper will be there to protect you. I'll also explain about other spiritual guides connected with your doorkeeper and how to meet them. There will be other spiritual guides who will want to work with you, very much on the lower levels, and these can be very much like spiritual people who've lived on earth, and although they've had the ability to cross over and to continue with their own spiritual teachings, that they've held themselves back to help people like myself, people like yourself, to work in meditation and to connect with higher energies. So that's a beautiful gift that they give to us. Rather than continue their own spiritual journey, they've held themselves back to help all of us. Some of these will just be very much like native Indian guides, Egyptian guides, guides from the subcontinent of sort of India, sort of Pakistan, Asian guides. So there are many different guides who will be there waiting for us. As you then work up the levels, you'll then find people like the Ascended Masters. And if you've never worked with these Ascended Masters, then you are missing out on amazing spiritual guides. And these are very much like the guides I've just mentioned in the essence that they are people who walk this earth. And by walking this earth, they understand the problems we face as humans. And again, they've held themselves back. And rather than continue their own spiritual journey, they then want to help different people like myself, like yourself, to improve and help us along our journey and give us guidance. And they are great spiritual teachers. And we'll learn about the different Ascended Masters and how you can work with them. And then we'll work with different masters at different times. So you'll soon find which masters you connect with. Some you may not find you connect with. The same with different angels and different guides. Different energy levels you will connect with, and other energy levels you will find more difficult. And that might be more advanced teachings that you need to connect with those energies. So connecting with Ascended Masters is a fantastic gift, and they have so many lessons to teach. And because they have walked the earth, their messages are very clear, and I find I can pick up the messages very easily. And that's not because of any skills I've got, it's just the messages from the masters are very clear, and they know how the human mind works and how to make their messages clearer. So they are great people to work with. As you move further up the realms, you may work with different sort of Egyptian gods, different gods of different faiths. The very much different gods will tell you that they don't work with any one religion. I've worked with, as an example, Egyptian gods. I've worked with Hindu gods, and I don't have any connection with the Hindu faith. And my own background, as an example, is very much, I was brought up a Roman Catholic, a Christian. But by the time I got to about 17, 18, I didn't feel a connection to that faith. And then I started looking for the spiritual side of my own life, and actually got into, I suppose, spiritual meditation. Found a brilliant meditation teacher, and then actually developed my own skills. And now I meditate on my own. I don't need any teachers for that, and then work with different spiritual guides and angels. As you then work further up the energy levels, you then start working with, these are very much like spiritual guides that maybe you haven't heard of. They can be, the White Brotherhood, as it's called. And when we talk about White Brotherhood, we're not talking about any sort of race or religion. We're not talking about sort of white people. The spiritual energies we work with, they don't have physical bodies. They may appear to have physical form so that we can understand their energy, but they are sort of energy beings. And white brotherhood very much means brotherhoods of light. They have like white energy, which can be used for healing and for guidance. So that might be a group you've never worked with before, never heard of before. One guide I worked with was what I call very much like the Watcher. And the Watcher sits there and watches over all the souls as the souls cross over, and looks at, the lives we've all led when we die. So that can be like a really spiritual experience, a spiritual guide you've maybe never heard of, and actually see the work that that spiritual guide does. As you work further up, you will then work maybe with angels, archangels. They work on many different levels, and through any sort of weeks, months, years of meditation, to then start working with angels and archangels on a regular basis is a great gift from the universe. We must remember that the universe wants all of us to succeed, and if anybody is thinking, I need a spiritual teacher, somebody to guide me, but I don't have the money, then hopefully you'll find this channel is exactly what you're looking for, as I'll be doing videos from step-by-step guide from very much beginner level, from starting in your first meditation, and then eventually you'll end up with maybe skills to connect with angels and archangels on a daily basis. And hopefully if you do learn and become a very good student, then you will become the teacher for the next generation, the next group of people, and hopefully you will then learn this is a beautiful gift you've been given, and I've been given this gift to help other people in meditation, and so this gift is free. I will give that on regular videos and show how people helped me, and I will therefore help you to improve, and you can learn without any cost to yourself other than the time and energy that you will need to put in to watching the videos, and then maybe practicing on yourself with your own meditation. So hopefully over the next sort of weeks, months and years, you will find these videos helpful, and if you do, then please give them a thumbs up. If there's anything you're not too sure about and thinking, oh, I'm not too sure, I'm having problems with a certain aspect, then please give me some feedback, add a note in the comments. If you're struggling with the meditation, because then I can understand what the issue is, and I can tailor future videos to help you. As you can see, this video is different to the previous videos, as feedback I had was that people wanted almost to start at the very beginning and then work the way up the different energy levels. So that's what I'm going to do, and then people can learn, and then people can use this meditation, use these skills on a daily basis to improve your life, maybe like slow down your energy, become a calmer person. Maybe if you have any anger issues, you can reduce the anger. And very much, meditation reduce things like blood pressure, anxiety, improve if you have depression, how you can use meditation to improve depression, reduce the depression, and hopefully eventually the meditation will go, the depression will go by regular use of meditation. So hopefully you find these videos useful. So if you want to be kept informed of all future videos and when the next video goes live, then please hit the subscribe button. And if you hit the bell, you'll be notified when the next video goes live. So over the next videos, we'll start at the very beginning in meditation, and I'll give you an overview of meditation, what things you need to do, what problems you may face, because it's very important to know any potential issues and how you deal with those issues. And that is very much from my own experience, issues I had and how I overcame them, to be very much practice meditation on a regular basis, and how I can help you to improve your own meditation. So I hope you enjoy the video, and you'll be with me on this journey as we use a step-by-step approach to go from a beginner to an intermediate and then an advanced person dealing with meditation and working with different angel guides, different spiritual guides and ascended masters. So hope you found this video useful and helpful, and until the next time, and we meet in the next video.